Now we have another exciting week of conference matchups, starting with Middle Tennessee. They're coming off their bye week and they will play host to Marshall, who's on fire and have won 7 straight games. It'll be a face-off between the 2 freshman quarterbacks, with redshirt freshman Brent Stockstill for the Blue Raiders and true freshman Chase Litton for the Thundering Herd.
I'll tell you, those are 2 outstanding freshman quarterbacks. Brent Stockstill, obviously the coach's son. He has had a solid year this season, and his dad and coach should be very proud. But to me, this is the trap game I was talking about. Middle Tennessee has had a week off. They still have a lot to play for. Marshall, how are they going to come into this game mentally? And I think they got to be very, very careful, because Middle Tennessee at home, they're going to be fired up.
Florida Atlantic travels to Bowling Green this weekend to take on WKU, and running back Anthony Wells has ran for over 100 yards in the past 3 games, and he looks to continue his hot streak into November.
And the question is he going to do it against Florida Atlantic? That remains to be seen. But to me, if you're Florida Atlantic right now, you're coming off a very emotional win. You're going to have to get up against one of the best teams, not only in Conference USA, but I think top 30 in the country. There's no question about it. How do you slow them down? Now, coaches would say, you got to control the clock. Well, that's great, except Western Kentucky can score in 30 seconds. It's going to be a tough game, and I think the margin of error right now for Florida Atlantic is small, but they got to find a way to put pressure on Dowdy.
Louisiana Tech hosts North Texas this week, and the Bulldogs look to keep their home winning streak alive, having won 8 in a row at home, while the Mean Green hope to build off last week's victory against UTSA.
This is going to be tough for North Texas. I don't think there's any question about it, because Louisiana Tech has improved on both sides of the football this season. You talked about the 8-game home winning streak. How about the average margin of victory in those 8 games? Almost 34 points a game. They love playing at home. Those fans are great fans there. I think North Texas has got their work cut out for them, and I'm sure they're going to be spirited, but they still have to execute, and DeMarcus Smith has to hold on to the football.
Rice travels to UTEP for their 2nd straight Friday night game, and both teams look to come away with the victory, trying to keep their bowl hopes alive.
And it's for UTEP, it's a must-win situation, I think. But both teams are coming off losses. Both teams have a very sour taste in their mouth right now. And also, when you play at UTEP, that's tough. It's a difficult place to play. I'm hoping a lot of fans come up, but for Rice, they were shellacked last week. How are they going to respond? Because they have the opportunity still to go to another bowl. David Bailiff's probably going to have his team ready, but Sean Kugler, he's been banged up. They've got to get some offense going on that team.
And 2 of Conference USA's newest football teams meet for the first time. Old Dominion plays UTSA in San Antonio, and UTSA quarterback Dalton Sturm is coming off a career best showing, but will be facing junior linebacker TJ Ricks, who ranks 2nd in the conference and 13th in the nation with 84 tackles.
I'll tell you, I just got done watching tape of TJ Ricks. This guy is a monster. He's all over the football field. They're going to have to put somebody on him, almost spy him if you're UTSA. But you mentioned Dalton Sturm. This young man has been so tough. He replaced Blake Bogenschutz, obviously, with the concussion at quarterback. Sturm has been improving each and every week. I've had it for a couple of games right now. Number 1, this kid's the toughest son of a gun I think I've ever been around for his size. Number 2, he's very confident. He can run the football. He's not a bad passer, but he has to get some help from somebody. Are they going to be able to run the football? For ODU, must-win situation, because if they lose, their bowl hopes pretty much are dashed.
Now here's a look at the full schedule for this week. And Ron, I know you're traveling. Where are you headed this week?
We will be heading down to UTSA again, and I love going down there because, number 1, it's the Dome. It's inside. That's perfect for me. But I think that's an important game, and you have 2 coaches who are not only great coaches, but they're good people. Larry Coker for UTSA, Bobby Wilder, Mr. Excitement himself in the conference. And this is a big game because UTSA, they gave the game away against North Texas. They want to bounce back. They got to start building for what's going to happen next season. And right now, I think both teams, it's a must-win situation.